Well, the new year is upon us. This is a time when everybody is making their New Year's resolutions and they're thinking of all the big goals that they have for themselves for this coming year. And my wish for you is make 2025, make this year an uncomfortable year. Now, the reason I say that is because all growth happens when you step outside of your comfort zone. This isn't just something we experience when we're young and we're changing physically and experiencing growing pains. Growing pains is something that happens mentally and emotionally. Maybe you're trying to learn new skills. Well, that's going to make you uncomfortable. Maybe you're trying to lose weight this year. Well, guess what? Cutting back on eating some of your favorite foods, some of your favorite indulgences, that's going to be uncomfortable. Trying to go to the gym and build muscle, you're going to have to work until you fatigue your muscles, and you're going to experience some discomfort in that process. If you're trying to meet new people and you're trying to become stronger emotionally in your interactions with people, that's going to make you uncomfortable. So welcome to our new series. This is our Beachside Chat series. This is kind of a more informal, less produced video where I'm just going to have conversations with you about different things that I'm thinking about. I also want to do a Beachside book club where we look at different books and also do a book review of some of the different books that are out there and discuss some of the concepts in those books in more detail. So I hope you enjoy this new concept that I'm going to include with the types of videos that have already been rolling out. Now, when I was younger, my dream was to own my own martial arts school. And I knew I wanted to own a martial arts school, and I wanted to teach martial arts. I had this set in my mind. This was my sort of vision for my future from when I was around 9 years old. And right out of high school, I started my business. And shortly into college, that business took off. Especially the children's classes, that was a huge success. And because we had so many kids in our kids' classes, there were quite often a lot of parents that would approach me and say, you know what, one of these days I want to join the adult class. And there were quite a few parents that did join the adult classes, but there were also quite a few that always had an excuse. Now wasn't the right time. They were too busy. They just didn't feel like they were ready to start just yet. And some of them were honest. They admitted they feel a little uncomfortable. They feel like they're going to look silly. Maybe they had plans to go to the gym, start working out again before they joined class. And so it's interesting because there's this concept, right? When we look at kids, they're fearless. They'll jump in, they'll try anything. And that's partially true. But there were a percentage of the kids that were scared. They would arrive on the first day and they'd hide behind their parents' leg. They might get into class and start crying in the middle because they were uncomfortable, because they were intimidated by everything that was going on. But the difference was they had adults in their lives, whether it was their parents that were encouraging them or myself, as well as my assistants that were encouraging them that, you know, it's going to be all right. They're going to be able to do this. They're going to be able to take it step by step and learn what they need to be successful in the class. Now with the adults, that force was missing. So when we get older, it becomes easy to just try to stay in our comfort zone. Why make ourselves uncomfortable? Well, this invisible line that we draw where we don't want to do certain things because they make us uncomfortable, because there's a certain pain involved, that boundary, if you're not constantly forcing yourself outside of it, is going to shrink. You're going to find that certain things that you were comfortable doing, well, all of a sudden, now that you're not pushing yourself, well, why bother doing that? Or why bother doing this thing? That kind of makes you a little bit uncomfortable too. And so either you're pushing against that boundary and expanding your world, or your world is shrinking. And that's something you have to be very aware of. You have to reframe things so that this idea of being uncomfortable becomes a signal that you're on the right path. See, there's good pain and bad pain. And it's important to be able to discern the difference between the two, because bad pain and too much pressure can crush you. It can do harm to you. Putting my hand on a hot stove, there's a good reason that that feels painful, so that I withdraw and I don't hurt myself. But we often confuse these signals that are there to indicate things that we really shouldn't do with the pain and discomfort that's there to actually build us up and make us stronger, because the right amount of pain, the right amount of pressure can strengthen you, and I think you're going to lead a more fulfilled life as a result. So those are my thoughts for you today. Let me know in the comments below about a time when maybe you were afraid to do something, but you forced yourself to step out of your comfort zone, and let me know how that worked out for you. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this video. We'll see you soon with another one. Take care.